It's literally feel heavy. It's not a matter of enjoyment when you talk about these devices, because its application is extremely important in such areas where a person is lying on the bed, he is not able to speak, he just have to tell I need a glass of water by blinking his eyes.
Yeah.
Have you seen such patients?
Yes.
I've seen them in my personal life. I closely experienced them, not as a doctor. So look around your families. If everyone is in a situation, just thanks, not only thanks Allah, see what you can do for next 10 years or 20 years for other peoples. Right? So yes, these devices are, I'm sure, heavy. They have side effects, but there are research papers where the people only working how these side effects will be minimized in future. And now I understand what research is basically about. It's not time pass.
It's very important.
Here, sorry to say, but I mean, I don't know. What should I say? But so, these sensors are now available in the market and people are conceptualizing it. And again, I tried to make all the publications between 24-25. So all the links over here, because I personally want to write a review paper on the digital twins and why you will soon understand me. So these are the sensors. This is, you can see, the tech companies, the Wi-Fi connectivity, where we need that our data flow at the speed of 7G. Now imagine 7G. Within milliseconds this data will flow, and there is a human digital twin stored on the computer. Here is the actual patient that is lying on the bed. He has whatever sensors he needed. Here is his whatever organ is on the stack, which is right now the heart. Right? And you see, I want to remind myself, and I put a small diagram over here. Can you see this C, P, and environment? Yes? So actually, this fascinating picture, or the imagination, or your hallucination, whatever it be, this is basically because, maybe no one can tell you that you are building a cyber physical system. So C for cyber, P for physical. So all the physical devices, which are your sensors, which are your internet, they comes into the physical systems, and the C stands for computational structures. So physical cyber systems means the interconnection of the physical and the computational components. Because I experienced that there are big exhibitions, they are showing you projects, and obviously how could I break your heart by saying that on your presentation in bold, in beautiful manner it is written it is a digital twin, and actually it is not. I want you to smile. Right? So you need to be aware what you are doing. So when you talk about digital twins, basically, theoretically, it is a cyber physical system. So I am giving you the clues as a young researcher that what should be your roadmap to understand these things. So you should understand what do you mean by a cyber physical system. And obviously this is the practical demonstration area. Theory तो अभी हमने touch ही नहीं किया. Right? So just to increase my knowledge, my son told me, my IUGR son told me that the device is over here because here is your brachial artery and where you are supposed to measure the blood pressure. And मैं तो पीछे पड़ गई थी उसके कि यार सारी मुझे बताओ सारी इधर उधर क्यों नहीं है, राइट? तो बस दो ही मुझे पता चली कि ये जो है आपकी femoral artery पे लगा हुआ है. And this is your brachial artery to measure the blood pressure. And then he don't have time to talk with me. He's gone. And you know now that why I am interested in lungs and asthma. Just like there is diabetes in every house, just like there is blood pressure in every house, there is asthma everywhere in our houses. So yes, I mean, as a mother, I want this digital system. I want digital monitoring of my daughter. But you can see sensors, environment, location. What is the location, current location of the patient? And if you just focus, this is basically some app that you are opening on your mobile, isn't it? Yes. And these are the options that are appearing on your mobile app screen, right? So not only you need these sensors, you need here where is not my area. Genome is not my, I do not understand DNA. I do not understand what exactly biomarkers are. Okay, lung function test. I am sure Dr. Najib are getting it. It's some curve or graph we are plotting. Yes, I know this because I experienced, my 2-year postdoc is in radiology department. It's not actually University of Michigan, it's the Michigan Hospital. And due to my MRI work, I have been hired. So now I better understand of radiology. Got it? We all have medical history. Doctors are every time taking the notes. When we discharge from the hospital, they are giving it us. So I think medical industry is understood by all of us. Yes? Okay. So here is the patient. And patient is receiving direct recommendations. Right? And all the changes are automated. Automation. This is very important word, automation. So you need automation. You need recommendations. Can you tell me any popular recommendation system which this young generation is not known as these days? What is the best recommendation system these days? You all spend hours and hours on it.
Screen time.
Recommender system. Netflix. Breaking Bad series देख ली हूँ आजकल. Chemistry है. ठीक है. Okay. Anyways, so the point is, why I am talking about, I want to realize to focus on every word. I know we at this stage passes, I mean our mind is speedy. You have to slow down yourself. So when I am saying recommendation, it's not easy, it's a complete software. Just imagine about Netflix. You just watch a series or a movie and it will give you a bulk of choices. Bulk of choices in a personalized manner. When I will look into my Netflix, I am getting some other recommendations. When you are looking into your Netflix, you will getting, so only this recommendation system is a whole software. So that's why now you realize the importance of the word team. If we want to build our nation, we want teamwork. We have to somehow look out of the bubble. We all live inside our bubbles right now. हम सिर्फ अपनी अपनी दुनिया में खुश हैं. ठीक? और आप यहाँ पे देख रहे हैं, आप सबके मोबाइल ऐप्स के ऊपर you all have the setting buttons. Yes. Right? So you are really getting digital in future, and you need to be, if you want this smart healthcare for your loved ones. Right? So there is a setting button. So the patient can continuously getting some recommendations, just like we are getting weather updates. Isn't it? And we know that we don't look into weather updates every day. Right? We only look into weather updates when we're really in need of it. Same like over here. It's not like that the person is immersed with sensors. For example, I told you that my daughter, all of a sudden, she got sick. And now we know that the situation is due to some allergy or asthma condition unknown. Doctor said you have to live with it now. Right? So, since last 3 months, she is quite normal. She is going to the university. Now, in this week, I need updates. I want her to look into your mobile app to check all the recommendations. And if something gets bad, you need to be, go where? To your doctor. नहीं होना चाहिए चाहिए ऐसा? नहीं होना चाहिए ऐसा? होना चाहिए. Because the victim is fallen onto the earth, he is not able to use his or her mobile. Some friend or some elder is gonna call me, hey, your daughter fell down on the floor. Please do come. Doesn't feel good that my daughter herself take care of herself and went herself to the hospital while she feels she was not feeling worse basically. So before getting worse, this system are not important. So prevention model, yes, this incorporate to a prevention model. You have time is very important over here. And now you can see this box. And all of you know this with the name of CPU. But I want to tell you, please now tell your children, it's not CPU. The power lies in the GPU. Please update yourself, right? So this is the huge server. It may be for a single patient at some hospital, only in some room, some specific area, not in every room available, for these critical patients who are not able to breathe, right? And this person who is obviously, I mean, because my son is doing house job, so now I know that it is, doctor said scrub him, right? So I am enjoying medical care at my own home, right? So a healthcare professional, look, what if I do simulation? You know how educated this person need to be? Do our healthcare have such talent? Just tell me, I mean, if I randomly go into some hospital and I go to some professional healthcare person, I don't know, doctor or nurse or male nurse or female nurse, and I ask her, please simulate my medical history and tell me my situation for the next week. Can you see that? Yes, exactly. I am expecting the same. What? Sit. You. Isn't it? But you, I mean, we believe we have good healthcare in Pakistan. Our doctor loves us. I can feel it. We can feel it. So what's the problem? It's not the problem with this person's ability. There is some gap we all need to fill. Educationists, policy makers, our ministers, we need to sit together. This is about healthcare. The paper I am taking this diagram is not from TAC papers. Right? So, you know what we are missing? Anyone who have heard this word or at least do some simulation. It doesn't matter he is physicist, he is chemist, or he is a biologist. It doesn't matter. Anyone who did simulation experiment in your undergrad, in your college level, in your university level, anyone. So thanks to my PhD supervisor, Professor Dr. Aqil Barni. Right now his name is coming into my mind. As a punishment, sir, Professor Nadeem Sundari Bakar. As a punishment, when I was young and I joined the Department of Computer Science, I have been attached to that professor because he is like very aggressive. And the punish is that I have to take his labs. And the punish is not only I have to take his labs, he told me you are supposed to take my classes with undergrads. Okay. Now I have to take my classes. Now I have to take my labs. Now I have to take his labs. And now I have to take his theory classes as well. Wow, amazing. Allah wants something from me so that I can tell you that you need to learn simulation. You need to do these experiments. Whether you are a biologist, whether you are a physicist, whether you are an astronomist, whether you are a geologist. Because simulation means before resources, check the reality. Check the timeline. Right? In simpler words, simulation means to play with random numbers. Because you are students, So but I am sure you use random numbers, but you don't realize it. But random numbers along with time parameter. I know no one in this room have done it before. Right? So anyway, मैं class में शुरू कर रही. What now monitoring? What next prediction? I think you can relate yourself with weather predictions. And the important point is, it's not happening everywhere. Predictions are important only at a certain point of time. When there is need, it doesn't matter that system is giving you notifications and updates every day, every time, every week. Even you are allowed to set its frequency. Right? But there a time comes over a year, maybe over 10 years, that you really need those updates. For example, I have to come for this talk. Now I am worried that 27 is the rain forecast day. Now I am worried. So you got my point? This smart digital healthcare doesn't mean everyone, doesn't mean every second of your life is with when you need it, as per need. Okay? And again, what I am trying to do, I am trying to look at the global baby bust Pakistan. Oh, actually, once again I realized that everything seems like a bad news. Hospital, doctor, anemia, diabetes, blood pressure. So, I found an interesting report. That's a demographic dividend, and it is by economists Kevin Daly and the Goldman Sachs. They are very popular economists basically. And their prediction is like about 2075. This is 2025. So what I should add in 2025 to reach to 50 years? After 50 years, kya hoga? This is why these countries are developed now, you can think. They plan 100 years ahead. And they not only plan, just 30 minutes ago I told you basically what we are doing, we are supposed to do. They plan, we execute. They plan, we execute. They plan, we execute. Simple story. They need a smart digital healthcare. That's why they need developers. That's why our government is pushing AI. Because our human is a resource, is a powerful resource. So this admission is not by Humaira Tariq. This admission is by world best economist Gold Sash. That because the birth rate is low in developed countries or developing countries? Developed countries. And what about our birth rate? It's good. It's good. So when they push their policies towards low birth rate, now people are enjoying their lives. Now they have a crisis over there. They don't have human labor to understand all these things, to work all these things. Right? So when they did their 100-year simulation, now what? Because I am talking about time, so what I say? Simulation. Artificial experiment on computer. So what are their findings? Pakistan will become 6th highest global economy. Can you imagine this good? Oh, no. Imagine Miriora. Imagine Miriora, really. But this is, I really, I GPT that. Is it true? GPT said yes. So that's why I didn't forget to put that link. Please go into yourself and check. So, what are the stats? That China will become the global giant, we all experiencing it. Right? With 1.43 billion population. So, population is not a curse. Pakistan population is a blessing because our young population right now in the world is at the peak. In Japan, in other West countries, they have people, but the more population is on the higher age side. And we are good to go. We are world commodity right now. That's why, they are investing us. And thanks to our journal, I guess, that he made the decision to fire.
But हमारे आधे youngsters तो country के बाहर ही चले जाते हैं, तो फिर वो हमारे लिए ऐसे.
That's a part of the game. Why you are taking it negative?
They are Pakistanis.
No.
They're learning.
I mean, we are in a game. It's true, right? So what choice you have? You wanna play? You wanna fight or you wanna flight? Fight. अगर आप गेम में ही नहीं होंगे तो आप करेंगे क्या? आप बाहर जाइए, सीखिए, वापस आ जाइए. क्या नहीं आते? हमारे बड़े नहीं आएंगे वापस. Who stops you? And if you are not gonna make that choice, there is a higher power. Don't forget. I heard stories from the families. They are here. They have all sat in Dubai. They have all sat in US. They are all sat in Canada, and they have their own choice. No, I want to live my mother. They left all and they came back. If there is something bad with their families, they came back. So Allah, I mean, you all can go against me, but if I have a belief, Allah cannot go against me, right?
He is the one who manages everything.
So whatever resources you have, whatever point of time you are in, try to give your best. That's it. Give your best. Circumstances matters, but you need to fight. You are not supposed to run. Okay? So here is the good news. So this is top 50 countries with largest population in 2022. And here is a comparison with largest population in 2050. Right? So you can see the Pakistan makes this move up. So good population, and especially young good population, is a good news not only for, maybe not for us. अब तो 2 में ही थक जाते हैं, हम तो 8 थे रह गए. अब तो आप कुछ 2 बच्चों में ही हालत खराब है. ऐसा ही है ना? Right? So the point is, I feel happy. I have 4 kids. Yes, the time was tough, but now I feel good.
You gave the country the asset.
I don't know. I don't know. So what I am trying to say basically, when I am saying you are not supposed to, you are the part of the game. The Steve Jobs says, you know Steve Jobs?
Yes.
What he did? You said yes with loud. What he did? Why you told? Who is this Steve Jobs?
Founded Apple.
Founded Apple. Everybody feel crazy when he have iPhone. मतलब हम तो मजाक में बोलते थे यार किडनी बेच देंगे आईफोन लेने के लिए. बड़े जैसे आपकी मीम्स चलती हैं, हमारी भी चलती थी, ऐसा ही है, right? But have you heard his biography? His own friends at the company, he feels cheated him or cut him loose, right? And when his friends offered him some lower position than the CEO or whatever, he denies to accept that position. He left the company. He went into his garage, and at what age he died? This is important. At what age he died? 50. 50. Normal age. 50 साल से पहले he did what he's supposed to do. He utilized all, and he died of, I think, cancer. Pancreas cancer? Thank you. So, someone told me at your age, read the biographies. And when I read the biographies and I feel that someone tell me stories like this, at least it inspires me. So, without understanding the history, you cannot understand the future, and you cannot perform better in your present. So all 3 are important. Your history, your roots, your origin, your current. Because I told you, you are not the owner of your life. Someone is driving you, some higher power is driving you for something. So he said life actually, it is not his statement. his statement is, I misquote basically, but his beautiful statement is, now I am able to connect the dots. Steve Jobs' statement is, now, for example, when I am telling you my 4 medical experiences, it's 2025. But when it is happening, just imagine how I was thinking. I was broken. I was like, I think that my life is stuck. I cannot move forward. I am not in good health. And today, so life can only be understood backwards. Everyone experiences it, and that's why everyone tells you the same story, that you are right now in the very beautiful phase of life. Yes. Everybody told you, and I'm sure you will tell it to some other young guys one day. And we all started our life happily, most of us, with our parent. It looks like a straight road or the branch of the tree, but who knows which path we need to travel, which door is supposed to be unlocked. So basically the key which is current in your hand, maybe this is the door and you go that way. So life is a mystery. Enjoy it. Enjoy your journey. Try to unlock something. And here we are trying to unlock it with the concept of digital twin. And this is only the introduction. And here I am in front of you. I'm a very normal person who had a bike. So I look into my 4 learning objectives, and the first learning objective is that digital twins in healthcare. So if you have any confusion, if you are not imagining the concept of digital twin, before we go deep into this, because now it will getting more technical, you can ask some, or I don't know, we need some, I think, because you want to ask any question, you want to drink water or whatever. Do you have any questions in your mind? Do you get the idea, digital twins in healthcare?
Maybe we have a 5 minutes break before we come back.
I don't know what's the plan. It's a continuous session. Can you please confirm? In the meantime, if you have any query, any question.
Yeah. I want to know that जैसे आपने कहा कि टेक हेल्थ केयर में जाना बहुत अच्छा है और होना चाहिए, ज़रूरी भी है. So do we really or can we completely rely on the हमें प्रोवाइड करें जो भी सेंसर्स हम यूज़ करें उस चीज़ के लिए?
आपका सवाल बहुत अच्छा है. इसे मैं कहती हूँ एविडेंस बेस्ड लर्निंग होती है ना. इफ यू हैव एविडेंस ऑफ समथिंग, हाउ यू कैन डिनाई इट, राइट? सो इफ आई लुक इनटू द रियलिटी, इनटू माय रियलिटी, I really feel यार how amazing it is if I just get a notification. यार 2 मिनट पहले मुझे पता चल जाता, यार 15 मिनट पहले मुझे पता चल जाता, right? So I am not saying that every one of you is supposed to be like start working on digital healthcare. I give you the clues. What you need to understand. Yeah, I am doing research. Have I run a single simulation experiment of my field? Do you understand it? Do I understand it? Right? Do I know if I am standing in 2025 and everyone is like 2025 and the job opportunities are more over there? Do I know what RAM my system possesses? Why this guy has GPU and why don't I have GPU? And he has a GPU, but he is playing the games. And because when I went into the market for purchasing a 16 GB GPU, you are playing games? No, ab to chhod diya yaar. So in our market, this is a common, even there are high computational labs, and when I talk to those guys, I mean, so everybody is talking about it, but they are not immersing themselves into those experiences at the right time.
Implementation side.
Yeah. So research means that you look at the future and try to make your present time better. That's it. No one from us can guarantee the betterment of future. No one.
We can just work for it.
No, we can think what role I am playing it in this, with whatever resources I have, with whatever conditions I have. So we should not complain. And whatever best we can do, whether we are a student, whether we are a teacher, whether we are educationists, whether we are biologists, whether we are mathematician. But the usual behavior in universities, what I see when I go to the geology department, the person is like, यार मैं geology छोड़ के जो है ना, मैं computer science में MS का सोच रहा हूँ. What? Chemistry, यार chemistry में तो jobs नहीं है.
Some fields are this much hyped that
So you are basically doing wrong with yourself, but you realize it at a very later stage. For example, I have switched the field. I did my graduation from NIT as an electrical engineer. I remember the interview which I gave into the Siemens. Right? When I appear into interview with Siemens, the company, they are also into the digital health devices. So I still remember their smiles, their laugh, which they did to me at that time. Because I was like you, I don't know what is happening around the world. So my answers obviously they are very premature. Right? So, but again, evidence-based learning, what I am trying to say, I switched the field, I went into the computer science, and it really means something to me. And I tell you the amazing story, मेरी घर में कोई सुनता नहीं था, तो कंप्यूटर पे जो करूँ ना मेरी मर्जी चलती है. हाँ, it follows my instruction. तो आपको अंदर से एक satisfaction मिलती है, dominance की. I don't know if someone understands psychology. I am telling you.
yes.
You feel a power. Oh, I can do it. Actually, machine gives me that mental satisfaction कि मैं प्लस के फंक्शन में भी माइनस करा दूंगी तो वो खामोशी से मेरी बात मानता है. और अगर मैं अपने बेटे को बोलूंगी पानी का गिलास दे दो, he is like, I don't have time. I mean, not in the negative sense, but it's everyday life actually. Right? So I don't know, I answered your question? Yes. So you have to look into the latest research paper and the figures they are quoting there. I mean, I have tried to verify some figures which I am telling you today. So, but again, if you are a researcher and you want to quote these figures, it's your responsibility to make sure that maybe in past somebody have did some mistake and you are supposed to correct it, not criticize it, which we call critical thinking. That's it.
What was your research project in postdoc?
My research product is basically, it's ahead in the slide. Can you wait for it? Okay, so I think it's a continuing session. All of you have... Okay. So should we proceed?
Yes.
Okay. So here is not my medical imaging journey. The very first research which I did is on X-rays. And I did it in my master's. And why I did it? Because my professor says, now medical imaging, you are supposed to do some proposal in medical imaging. Okay. हम परेशान से घर में आए, यार मेडिकल इमेजेस का तो कुछ पता ही नहीं है, 20 years back. And I look at my mother, she is offering the prayers and she is offering the prayer at the chair, not at the floor. Oh, and I got the research idea. Osteoarthritis. अम्मी, आप जो है वो जमीन पे नमाज क्यों नहीं पढ़ रही हैं, आप कुर्सी पे क्यों पढ़ रही हैं? तो पता चला भाई ऑस्टियोआर्थराइटिस भी कोई चीज होती है एंड बड़ी खतरनाक होती है और आपके जॉइंट्स में बड़ा पेन होता है, बिकॉज द नेचर हैव provided you cushion between these joints, and you can see the difference that when I look at the right hand knee, the gap is bigger, and when I look at the left hand knee, the gap is minimum. So when I look at these x-rays, it really gets worse. So all the people whose cushion between the bones have lost, they will feel extreme pain because it will get friction against each other, right? And so this is my first medical imaging project, which I did on my own alone, with my own passion or pressure by the professor. It's good, both are good, right? And I remember my experience. I don't know where उस वक्त तो GPT भी नहीं था, उस वक्त तो कैगल भी नहीं था. Do you know कैगल? Do you know कैगल? It's a website where all the data set are available. For example, if I have to work on this problem, I have to grade osteoarthritis, right? Grade 1 का है, grade 2 का है, grade 3 का है या grade 4 का है, जो कि डिपेंड करेगा द गैप बिटवीन द नी जॉइंट्स. तो मेरे तो कंप्यूटर, आपके घर में किसी के कंप्यूटर के ऊपर ये नी एक्सरे की इमेजेस हैं? नहीं है ना? तो जब मैं आपकी तरह यंग थी और मुझे रिसर्च करनी थी तो मेरे कसम से मेरे कंप्यूटर में भी नहीं थी. एंड आई वाज लाइक, कहाँ से आएंगी ये मेडिकल इमेजेस? So you cannot imagine, I waited 3 hours for the doctors outside the hospital. I was running here, I was running there. I don't know how to even start. Then someone told me, okay, lab वालों के पास भी तो होते हैं एक्सरे वो डेटा. मेरे घर के करीब ईसा लैब थी. I went into the ईसा lab and luckily at that day Mrs. Isa was there and she's like, I must say sweet, oh, you are doing research. हमारा नाम जरूर डालो. Don't forget to डाल दो. And he really did say in good by good means. The same thing was being said by an Afghan doctor, and it was like, you are supposed to put my name as an author. You see the difference? You see the difference? Right? So here is, I am telling you all these experiences so that you don't think that something bad happens to you. No. It's all learning experiences. It's all learning experiences, and at that time I thought that Afghan doctor was some red flag, but today I realize he is doing the right thing. He is actually make me learn the decorum of the research. He don't have himself tied as a doctor in Pakistan, where you have more patients, a large population of patients and very few doctors.
Yes.
And you are expecting him to learn all these things. So at that time when I was young, I was immature, I was treating him as a red flag. But now I realize with all the pressure, working pressure, which now I have, I think he's right. He provides me the data, and who is that? Bill Gates? Data is today's gold. Gold in, gold out, just like data. We want that 7G for our data. Right? So he's right. Everyone who is working in this country as an educationist, as a biologist, as a whatever, they are doing amazing jobs. They are, I can assure you, they are working 4 times the load they need to do. And doctors, I mean, thank you so much that you are there for us. Yeah. My son is doing house job, and I am even. I mean, my sister is also gynecologist. So if they are not there, we cannot. So can you understand now this osteoarthritis? The data is not cleaned, it is not ready for the research, it is not ready for the experiment. So before doing actual experiment, that job is really difficult. I mean, just imagine you have to. वो एक मजाक वाला जोक है, वो मुझे इस वक्त याद आ रहा है कि एक साहब को पतला होना था, बहुत पुराना जोक है, पता नहीं आप, लेकिन मैं समझाने के लिए यूज कर रही हूँ। तो वो उनका बहुत हैवी ड्यूटी थे, तो वो डॉक्टर के पास गए, तो डॉक्टर ने उन्हें, होम्योपैथिक के डॉक्टर थे, उन्होंने उन्हें जो है वो टैबलेट्स दी, ये इतने साइज की बॉटल, और उसकी छोटी छोटी चीज, आपको पता है ना होम्योपैथिक की तो बहुत छोटी होती है। सो ही सेड ओके, ये मुझे कितनी बार खानी है? उसने कहा खानी नहीं है। ओके, हैव यू हर्ड दिस जोक? नो रियली? ओके, सो आई एम डूइंग इट। ओके, क्या करना? In morning you are supposed to drop all the pills on the ground and supposed to pick them and put them in the bottle, and you are supposed to do it twice, right? So this is how you are supposed to control your weight. So the point is कि ये वो वाली एक्सरसाइज थी जब मुझे रिसर्च के लिए डाटा चाहिए था, और डाटा पे मुझे एक्सपेरिमेंट करने थे, लेकिन एक्सपेरिमेंट करने से पहले के जितने काम थे, इट्स लाइक दैट, पिक अप द पिल्स एंड पुट देम बैक इन द बॉटल, एंड द साइज ऑफ द पिल्स मस्ट बी स्मॉल, राइट? ओके, सो preparing data itself, data preparation is the first step if you want to do some work with medical images. So you have to make sure that you have only the images, for example, in your photo. And then it's all mathematics. Ayasa, thank you so much. Mathematics department से हैं, तो I love mathematics. बल्कि मैं अक्सर अपने स्टूडेंट से कहती हूँ, नहीं अब आपको होगी मोहब्बत मेरे कहने के बाद, मैथमेटिक्स इज सॉल्ट ऑफ लाइफ। आपने वो कहानी सुनी होगी, once upon a time there is a king with 3 daughters and he asked from first daughter, all 3 daughters, how much you loved me? The first daughter said, I loved you like a sugar. The king becomes happy. Oh, sweet. And he rewarded him with so many gifts and so on. Now it's the turn of the second daughter, and asked the same question, how much you love me? And the daughter, ये कहानी भी नहीं सुनी आप लोगों ने? सुनिए भाई हाँ मैंने अपने बच्चों को कहानियां सुना. Anyway, so the second daughter said that obviously now she is supposed to beat her elder sister. So the second daughter said, I love you like honey, because it's more sweeter than sugar. Now it's the turn of third daughter. I am third in the party anyways. So the third daughter said very decently, Father, I love you like a sword. And the father is the king of the kingdom. He thought her daughter insulted him. So what happened in the stories, fantasy stories? He calls someone, take her away from my eyes, throw her in the jungle. And obviously daughter, so he didn't order to kill. And the daughter was like alone in the night jungle. Right? And then what happened? Lakadhara, a woodcutter, came into the scene. He took the daughter into house. And the wife of the Lakadhara, the woodcutter, is very cruel. He says, we don't have the food. And you bring someone into our house, what you are doing? Are you crazy? Right? But somehow, the daughter managed to live with that woodcutter, and she started helping him. And on the way, someday, on a thunder day, they stay in some cave, and the daughter, because she is a princess, she realizes something is taken. So, oh, it's the gold in the cave. And the Lakadhara don't understand because he is poor guy. So he took out gold with dust and sent the woodcutter to sell it to someone, and they get rich. Long story short, when they get rich, what she did? She built a palace in the jungle. They invited the father. They served the food without the salt. To make you realize
what is the importance of salt?
So mathematics is salt of life, and when I write it on the board, it's with capital SALT, where S is for, I forgot, but T is for tool, L is for language, A is for maybe algorithm, and S is for some standard. So, no, not security. But the author who wrote it, Kenneth Rosen, basically. So I not only read the chapters of the books, basically I love the prefaces in the book. Right.
Now I read.
Yeah, it's very interesting when someone tells me. So mathematics is sort of life. And you cannot imagine how weak I am in mathematics in my school life. I even cannot. मुझे तो 25 के बाद कितने zero लगेंगे confusion हो जाती थी. Anyways, so with all those background, struggling background in education, struggling background in mathematics, you can see in my masters I am able to implement this application on my own, and it's all involved mathematics. I have to draw this line. I have to draw this line to measure how wide the bone it is, what is the joint space width, and I have to read the medical books to understand the anatomy basically. And then I have to, I remember I went to the Mayman hospital because I want to make some software, and then he told me the story that he himself worked on the Photoshop. The surgeon, the orthopedic surgeon, uses what? Photoshop to design someone's artificial leg. And you know, now it's very common procedures, hip replacements, knee replacements. So this is my first project, and it was like become dead on my computer for so long. And one day, I think after years, a student came back to me and he says, I cannot study, I cannot this, I cannot do. So will you be my supervisor? I said, ये तो कुछ कर ही नहीं सकता. I said, yes. Okay, क्या करेगा? मैंने कहा यार ये मेरा एक सॉफ्टवेयर है, you are supposed to take it, you are supposed to make it run again, you are supposed to present it at some workshop, you are supposed to do the poster presentation, that's it. मेरे पीसी में पड़ा हुआ ही था ना, क्या कर रहा था? 2 थोड़ी हो जाते हैं. A student realize think that he is not able to do something, and I just give him a push with a thing that is of no use to me. We presented in Narusip Hospital, I think 8 years ago, and a doctor, because I don't have time to go into these events, right? This is a good day that I am talking to you.
Be lucky.
I am lucky, I am honored. Thank you so much once again. So the point is, one of the doctor look at it, they stop over there and said that, and she said to us, basically to my students, that if you do the same thing on the spine, remember sciatica pain?
Yes.
Do you remember the disc?
Yes.
Do you remember the nerve that press between those nerves?
Yes.
That gives you so much pain?
Yes.
Right? And I remember one of my guy in the office, Habib ki baat kar rahe hain. He's sick so long time, young guy, 21 years. Doctor are not able to diagnose what he is living with. And the last diagnosis he told me very, I mean, after 3 years, 4 years, that कुछ उसके spine के पानी का test हुआ. I don't know what we call it in English.
Cerebral fluid test. CSF.
Even just like the doctor didn't suggest me the X-ray for my TB, the doctor are not expecting that he is facing some extreme condition. The guy died even after diagnostic, but maybe the diagnostic took too long.
Yeah, we do have TB of cerebral spinal fluid also, so you can't cure it.
So what the doctor said to us, that you did it on knee joints, why not you did it on spine? And I am telling you that I implemented when in my MS and I took admission in 2009. So Allah is making my paths, whatever, I don't know, I still don't know why. So then I realized the importance of my work. My paper got published, not in Rocket Sky Journal because it needs money, but I am proud of this work and that's why I am presenting it in front of you. Right? And I still know that it is worthy, and still there are no tools. I mean, I visit the Devan Hospital, again it's close to my house, I live in Hindustan, Johar, and I got entry into their radiology department. So they are using the expensive softwares, and because they are big hospitals, they are afforded, but what about the small hospitals? So if anyone from at your age implement these softwares, we can utilize it in a lot of clinics and everywhere, right? So it could be small scale like this, and it could. So I actually my failure is I am realizing my failure that I even don't know how important this work was, how it could be put on sale, right? So because I am not interested in money, to follow the money is not a bad thing, I think. Because if we follow the money, you are not making yourself worth basically, you are making this thing worth. You got my point?
Yes.
Yes. So following the money is good. It's not bad. My second, obviously, this is my master's work, and in my PhD, I have so many stories to tell you. So many. I was so innocent. I realized when I am trying to submit my PhD that what I have done, it's this, and my thesis of my title is like, these days there is a hype of AI. At that time there is a hype of soft computing algorithms. So my topic was like comparison of traditional algorithms and soft computing algorithms. When I complete my work on these X-ray images, copying it into my D drive. So D drive is like my development server. And C drive is like some other computer in some other place. I don't know where. Data center. Got it? So there are even, when you do your actual experiments, there is a 1 year time, now I am telling you with my perfect experience, when you only take preparation of this data. You only prepare your data for research. I am sure whether it is chemistry, whether it's biology, it's all. Even, when you guys working on tissue cultures, ये तो आसान है computers. Your all resources will be waste. If you are growing something as a biological process, if there is no way back, it's a one-way road, right? So the computer is easy, I think. It's easy to do it on computer. Okay, so now you can see this. So this skull stripping is itself a research problem. So we are so naive that we don't know that we are solving a bigger problem and how to break down that bigger problem into some smaller problems, where a smaller problem itself is a research. So please do look into your research if you are working on some project and think like this, that definitely the problem I am working on can be broken down into some small problems and solve it incrementally, one by one. Don't try to do something in one big shot. It never works. Right? So this is all about data complications. Before, actual research problem was tissue classification. So there are separate research papers on this topic and there are separate research papers on this topic. So what words I have used on these? X-ray images, gold standard, the disease is osteoarthritis. What I use word over here, it is skull stripping, right? These are MRI images. This is axial view. AXIAL. I am sure there is a doctor with us. We have in anatomy, the very first picture is like this is anterior, this is posterior. I have to read all this. This is what I have to read all this, and then I realize I have to align it with my mathematical knowledge. In mathematics, we say this is x-axis, this is y-axis, this is z-axis. So I have to make them match. Okay, the z-axis is like anterior and posterior. The x-axis is like right and left. What you will call right and left. Yes, we all forgot. But the z-axis is most important. Majority